Sunday, and had a few hours this morning, and these redfish, potentially snook, are going to stage up on the outside edge waiting for those fish to flush. So I'm casting some cut bait out there, letting it soak in anticipation of them coming across that while they're waiting for these bait fish to flush. So stay tuned, and I apologize for the reflection of the sun, but it's early morning we're here, and we'll see how things go. I'm going to try to position here with an anchor so that I can sort of fan cast and cover this whole area. But in the meantime, we're in the spot I wanted to start at, and let me get set up. We'll keep filming. Okay, fish on. Feels like a big red. He's taking me for a bit of a sleigh ride. Whoa, good sized fish. Okay, come on, buddy. And he is in the mangroves, so I gotta get my rod down. I don't want to lose him. Oh, he's in there. Come on, baby. He's taking me for a complete spin around. Oh. Okay, I'm gonna loosen up on him, as much as I hate to do that. Yeah, I'm gonna let him try to work his way out of there. I gotta get this other rod in. And hopefully with no pressure on, he'll work his way out of there. Okay, he came out. Don't go back in, sweetie. Oh, he did. He went right back in. Shoot. Tighten up my drag. Okay, now he's out here in front. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. I think I got him out. Yeah, he's out. Okay. Ooh. Oh, wow. Big snook. Nice snook. Big snook. Okay. Okay, sweetie, come on. Oh, wow. Beautiful fish. Beautiful fish. Okay. I kind of had a feeling when he started taking me deep into those mangroves. Okay. I'll get you loose here, pal. Oh yeah, that's it. Okay, relax, pal. Beautiful fish. Nice snook. "28-inch snook. Beautiful fish." Okay. Thank you for the fight. Okay. We'll get him back in. And we're going to revive him. Right on the tide change too. Tide started coming in. few more minutes to get him revived, and then we'll let him go as soon as he's ready to swim of his own volition. And we're going to get back out there. Okay, just got the release on him. Took a few minutes to revive him, but took off on his own volition, which is the way you want to release those guys. Give them a chance to reoxygenate, and yeah, that made it worth hitting this spot. So I'm thinking the tide had turned, and got incoming now. It's posted up on a point, and sure enough, he was there picking things off. So we're gonna set up again. Okay, so the tide, yeah, definitely has turned. Now we've got an incoming flow. You can see the leaves and debris just moving along the surface. So I am anchored up, and I am staged up right off a point here where there's an inflowing tide, which is where that snook was. And so caught him on, set up again. I've got 2 rods in with some cut bait using 10-pound braid. 20-pound test fluorocarbon leader. So it shows you that sometimes you have to go down to cut bait, as I mentioned, just on a 3/8 or so ounce jig head, and line. I'm using what I always use out in Tampa Bay, which is 20-pound braid. I'm sorry, 10-pound braid and 20-pound fluorocarbon leader. And that was enough to get that fish in, and it's enough to get most fish in that I catch out here. Definitely. Oh, looks like I might have somebody on another line, because that line is moving all over the place. Hold on. Oh yeah, another fish. Oh shoot, lost him. No, he's still on. Oh shoot. He took off, and he just snapped my line. Okay, well, as I was saying, and that's my bad, because you know what I didn't do? I was so excited. Look at the fray on this. I did not retie my leader. That's my bad, and that lost fish is on me. So let me get back out there, and I'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. Okay, so what happened in the loss of that fish is totally on me. I know better, but between the excitement of catching that fish, trying to get back out there, and a few phone calls with a couple business issues that popped that needed my attention, I wasn't so focused as I should have been, and I neglected to retie my line after that snook, which is a cardinal sin, because those snooks will abrade that line on their gill plates, especially those big ones. And he did take me into mangroves, which also isn't the best thing in the world for your line. So my bad, and that's why I lost that fish, and it felt every bit as big as the first one. But once he pulled, he snapped the line. So as I'm talking about the line test being enough to land these fish, the one thing I forgot to mention, and to my detriment, was check your leader, especially after you catch one of these snook, because the chances are you're going to need to retie. And if you don't, well, that's what happens. You lose a nice fish. So lesson learned, and hopefully you won't have to learn the same lesson I just did. So let's see if we can hook up with a couple more fish, because this spot has been producing for me in the past, and conditions are perfect right now. So we'll get another bait out and see what we can do. Okay, let's see who's at the other end of this. Nobody. Because he stole my bait. So, okay, something's out there. I'll get my other line out there. And I've got a little manatee in the water here next to me. We'll see if he pops his head up again. But I hear him behind me sticking his head up and taking a breath. So he's playing a little shy. I don't blame him because I'm bigger than he is. He's a small guy, but we'll see if he shows up. Anyway, I'm gonna try a new spot. I have been working points in these mangrove canals where the incoming tide forms an ambush point for these predator fish to hang up. They wait for these bait fish, again, just the tidal movement to flush them down, and they wait right around the edge where the fish are going to flow by, and they pop out of their spot, grab them, and that's how they eat. So we're going to try one more spot like that, and then might hit a few mangrove islands that I know of, and then probably head back in, call it a day. So stay tuned. We'll see if we connect with any more fish. And as I'm going to work my way back towards the ramp, you can see the tidal flow is really picked up now. I'm drifting sideways, and you can just see how fast I'm passing these mangroves. So that's what the tide will do for you. That fast moving water is what gets those fish to feed, because it flushes and moves those bait fish along, and the fish don't like to fight that current, so they will stage up in opportune places along the edges, on the sides of points, or like that manatee that just blew up in front of us. Same deal with him. He's just hanging in that mangrove, doesn't want to fight the current, and he's probably no different than a big snook or a red. So they're going to want to just lay in there and not fight that current. So that was interesting to see him in there. Okay, well, I think we'll start heading back towards the launch ramp area. Pretty good morning for a few hours. Caught that 28-inch snook, and lost another one right after that felt bigger. He sure pulled a lot harder, but unfortunately I made a mistake, didn't check my line for fraying because of the heat of the moment, and a few phone calls distracted me and not paying attention, and consequently I lost what could have been a trophy fish. So but it's all fair, and that's why they call it fishing. So can't beat it for fun. Still hear that manatee, and certainly more than happy with the one we did land. So no redfish today, but we did have a snook, and what I believe was probably a bigger snook based on the fight he put up till he broke the line. So yeah, we'll probably cast a little bit more along some mangrove islands here, and then at that point call it a day if we don't connect. So if I don't have anything else after this, you can assume there were no more fish to be had in the next 20 minutes, and then I'll head in. So hope you enjoyed the show, and appreciate your tuning in and watching these episodes. Please hit the like and subscribe buttons. That always helps us a little bit grow the channel. And likewise, any questions, comments, more than happy to discuss anything I'm doing here. And not an expert by any means, but I got 40 years on the water, so got a little experience behind me. So that's about it. So appreciate your watching, and stay tuned for another episode of Florida Fishing and Outdoors.